There is no shortage of tips on the interwebs telling you how to maintain a good credit score or prepare to buy a home. You know the drill. Pay your bills, return your library books on time, and don't forget to vote. Well, I've got some real tips that you might not have heard before based on the roughly 4,000 credit reports and loan applications I've seen over the years. Here goes. Number 1, establish automatic monthly payments for the minimum amount due on your credit cards, especially if you don't use a card regularly. It's easy to forget that you used that department store card one time 3 weeks ago if you haven't pulled it out of your wallet in 6 months. By establishing automatic payments, you're covered for at least the minimum amount due if you make a mistake, and you can always pay more. Number 2, make sure you monitor those automatic payments. Banks and certainly humans make mistakes. If you've got your car payments set up to be automatically withdrawn from your checking account each month, make sure that payment actually goes through. You are ultimately responsible if it doesn't. Make a list of all the bills you pay each month: car payment, credit card, mortgage or rent. Then spend 5 or 10 minutes at the end of the month to review the list and make sure everything on it was paid. Number 3, paying collections won't help your credit score. Your credit score gets dinged when you get the collection. Your score doesn't care one iota whether or not that collection is paid. Now, the collection agency that manages to get you on the phone is going to promise you rainbows and unicorns if you pay that debt. Don't believe them. Nothing good will happen if you pay them except your feeling of moral superiority for taking care of your financial obligations. You can also eliminate the possibility, however remote, that they could file a judgment against you in the future, but it won't help your credit score. Number 4, don't refinance if you plan to sell your home in a year, maybe even 2 years. We see this frequently. Homeowners refinance their mortgages because it's the hip thing to do when interest rates are low, but it also costs money to refinance. If you're keeping the house long term, the idea is that the savings on your monthly payment will eventually be greater than the cost of the refinance. But if you're planning on selling pretty quickly, it might not be worth it. That money that you're paying to refinance is money you're not earning on the sale. Number 5, don't let car dealerships tell you how much car you can afford. I see this all the time. Somebody who earns $45,000 a year is walking around with an $800 a month car payment. Believe me when I tell you that car dealerships will give a loan to anyone in any amount. They don't care. If you walk in and tell them you want to own a brand new $40,000 Honda Passport, they'll sell it to you. They don't care if you make $15 an hour or $50 an hour. And guess what? Every dollar you spend on a car payment each month is a dollar you can't spend on a mortgage. If you want to own a home, embrace the Ford Fiesta over the Toyota Tundra. Number 6, if you cosign a loan or you have debt that is paid by your business, you may be able to exclude that debt from your loan application, but you'll have to prove that the other party or your business has made the payments without your help for the previous year. That means if you have an American Express card that you use for business purposes, you'll have to show business bank statements to prove the business is the one that's actually making the payments. If you have 1 month out of the last year that you paid from a personal bank account, you'll have to count the debt towards your personal monthly obligations. You must have a 12-month history. If you just co-signed on a student loan for your kids 6 months ago, you have to count the payments toward your personal payment obligations because you won't have a 12-month history. Number 7, speaking of student loans, they count toward your monthly payment obligations even if they're deferred. The payments are considered differently depending on the type of mortgage you're getting. So whether it's Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA, etc. But in nearly all cases, we have to consider some type of payment for those student loans. Number 8, a payment isn't late on your credit report until it's 30 days late. You could make your car payment 2 weeks late every single month, and it would never affect your credit score. Now, whoever has your auto loan is probably going to charge you a late fee, but it won't be reported to the credit bureau unless it's 30 days late. And keep in mind, most utility payments, cell phone bills, and rent payments are not reported to the credit bureaus at all. Number 9, for all that is good and holy in the world, do not file paper tax returns. It will take the IRS 4,000 years to get your returns into their computer system. And your mortgage lender might need to verify your tax returns directly with the IRS. If your adjusted gross income is $73,000 or less, you may be eligible for free online tax prep services. Google IRS free file for more info, and be sure you're clicking on the irs.gov website. Number 10, beware of information you find online, especially if it's not dated. The great thing about the interwebs is that anyone can offer their knowledge and advice. And the scary thing about the interwebs is that any Yahoo can offer their knowledge and advice. Before following expert financial advice, do your own research. Make sure the person actually has the experience and abilities they claim. And make sure mortgage-related information is dated. Mortgage products and guidelines change almost daily. It's possible that the information you're reading could have been accurate 3 or 4 years ago. That doesn't mean it's relevant today. Always look for a date. You can win, even when the market is changing. We can show you how. My contact information is on my website. You can also text me at 360-301-7575. My name is Emily Carol Ingram. I lead a team of mortgage loan specialists at New American Funding in Port Townsend, Washington.